Hello and welcome. My name is Melissa from thepurposecoaching.com, and today we're going to talk about habits to support a positive mindset. And boy, do I hope you take this seriously because I sure didn't, and I do regret it. So let me explain. These habits I'm going to share with you, they're not earth shattering, they're not like groundbreaking news. Like you all have heard at least one, if not all of these habits. But the reason I'm going to share them with you is because they literally helped me get out of a depression. A few videos back, I shared with you guys that I have been going through some stuff, and I started doing one of these habits, and then I added another, and got me out of my depression. It helped me get out of my funk. It helped me start attracting the things I wanted again. It really turned everything around. And the kicker is that I already knew about these habits. I have heard about them before. I already knew that they were good for you, that they were good for you to be positive, not just to help with depression, but to literally help with anything. They just help you just be a better person so you can deal with the stuff during your day. And I knew all this, and yet for some reason, I never got around to applying them. And I think that's because last year, last year was great for me. I earned the most I had ever earned. I was saving money. I was traveling. Work was going really well. So honestly, I think I felt like I didn't really need these. Like I didn't need to spend time to do these when I was already doing just fine without them, and I didn't want to spend like extra time out of my day to do other stuff. Now that I've gone through all this, I can see that if I had implemented these habits before, when I was doing great, before shit hit the fan for me, I probably would have been more equipped to deal with what was coming. I probably wouldn't have been in the depression for that long because I would have had the tools to help me get out of it. But I didn't have these. So you've been warned. If you do not implement at least one of the things on this list, you should start because your future self will thank you for it. So first things first, make time for input. You need to make time to develop yourself. You need to make time to grow. You need to make time to improve yourself. Life is just going to get harder and harder, especially if you have a big goal in mind. Things are going to come your way, and you need to be prepared for it. You need to grow. You need to learn things. So you need to make time to sit and read or watch something helpful on YouTube or listen to a book or read a book, but you need to make time for these things. You're not just going to grow as a person just because you're getting older. That is not going to happen. It's not how you actually grow when you're little. To grow as a person, you have to be intentional about it. You have to put the effort, you have to put the time aside to do it. It's not just going to happen for you. So make the time. Along the same lines, the next tip is to read. Read, 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 read. There are so many brilliant minds out there that have written books on literally whatever it is you want to learn about, whatever it is you want to improve on. You don't even have to read it anymore. You can just listen to it. So there's literally no excuse. If you're not someone that reads, you're just lazy. You're just being lazy. Okay? Read. These are people that have gone through some crazy things. It doesn't even have to be self-help. It could be a biography. When you have that in your mind constantly, stories of people that have gone through things, that have discovered things, that have experienced things, difficult things, and the lessons they learned, and you have that just constantly getting ingested in your brain, that's going to sit there. You're going to remember those things, and those things are going to help you in the long run. Surround yourself with positive people. You are who you surround yourself with. I say this a lot. I'm going to keep saying it. You are who you surround yourself with. So if you're only around people that like to gossip, like to complain, like to talk shit about other people, are really negative, that's what you're going to get all the time. That's what the information you're going to be receiving all the time. And I think you guys know what I mean. I think we all have those people that when they call us and we have a conversation with them and then we hang up and we feel so drained, like they literally just sucked all of the energy out of us and we're just like, ugh, I don't feel like doing anything anymore. And on the other hand, we also have those people that after one conversation with them, that's it. We feel so empowered. We feel so motivated. We feel like, fuck yeah, like energy is transferred. Energy is passed on from people to people. So it's you have to be mindful of the people that you surround yourself with. And I don't just mean in person. I have to now apply this to Instagram or YouTube or wherever you're watching it. The people you follow, I've had to unfollow people because they're just always complaining and I don't want to see that shit. I don't really care. Or there's people that I used to follow that they're not bad people. They've never done anything to me, but they just make me feel bad about myself. Like I don't feel good when I look at their stuff. I just feel like guilty, or I feel like whatever it is, after I watch them. So I don't follow them anymore. So not just in person, but also digitally, on social media. Watch who you surround yourself with. Watch whose energy that you're constantly receiving, and that can be received also on the phone. Surround yourself with positive people at all times. Next tip, find your next mentor or girl slash man crush. I call it a girl slash man crush because you've all been through this. You find someone on Instagram or YouTube that you've never seen them before, you've never heard of them before, and then you see them the first time and oh my god, they're so awesome. And it's like, where have you been all my life? And they make you feel motivated, they make you feel inspired, and then you start like obsessing over it and looking for all their stuff. And that's a mentor. Again, I have to apply all these tips now to the digital space. Sometimes a mentor, it's not just the person that you have conversations with, your coach or whatever in person. It's also the people that you are following. This kind of goes hand in hand with who you surround yourself with. You could have a mentor that doesn't know he's your mentor, she's your mentor. You could just have someone that you look up to, that you're constantly looking at their content, at the stuff that they're posting, and obviously pick someone that is a good role model, is someone that's going to motivate you. But I know that when I was going through my hard stuff, maybe my life that I was going through, I wasn't enjoying it, but I was able to get joy out of watching someone else that was having the life that I wanted. And watching what they do and how it is they do what they do was motivating to me. It really did inspire me to like get moving and to follow in this person's footsteps, because when you're not in a space where you can motivate yourself, where you can, get yourself to do the things you need to do, sometimes it takes watching someone else. So have those people around you, have those people around you that inspire you, that make you want to be better. Journaling. So this was also a huge help. I think it's so funny because I was never the type of person that could journal before. I tried. I remember I tried for a little bit and my hand would start hurting and I would start writing like I don't know what to write. And I thought it was so dumb. But I don't know why this time around it helped me so much. It helped me really vent. It helped me get my feelings out. It helped me to process what I was going through. And then the days that I was super, super, super negative and I was like, God, I need to do something about this because this is not good. I would write the life I wanted. I would write down how I see myself in a few months to kind of give me hope, because when you're constantly in your head telling yourself all these negative things and oh you're never gonna get out of this and it's always gonna be like this and you're never gonna get what you want or whatever, your body starts to take that information in and think it's true. So it's important for you that you find a way to send the right messages to your body. So if that's affirmations, so if that's journaling, if that's writing out positive statements or whatever it is, but that really did help me to journal, to like get all my feelings out on paper and use that outlet to support me in whatever I needed that day. If it was venting or if it was to excite myself for the life that I knew was going to come eventually. Being grateful. It's easy to do, but it's also really easy to forget. And when you're going through your funk or your difficult times, it's so easy to just complain all the time and to forget that you do have a good life. That whatever it is you're going through, it's not that bad. I can say that because you're watching me on an iPhone right now. There's people out there that were born in horrible conditions and war conditions and poverty that, have no rights, cannot get a free education, would never be able to watch stuff like this. So it's important to kind of step back and be like, okay, this sucks what I'm going through right now. This is hard, but I do have a good life. And to remind yourself to be grateful. You cannot feel two different emotions at the same time. So it's hard to feel bad about yourself or feel negative when you're being grateful. And I would also write that in the journal. I would write what I was grateful for to remind myself. And if you haven't seen my video on entitlement, please go watch it, because that really dives into this whole concept that we're entitled and that we're not owed anything, and why that's not allowing us to live a happy life. Affirmations. So again, either writing them down or listening to them or saying them. When I was being super negative and I was saying all kinds of terrible things to myself and really putting myself down, I had to force myself to say these, because when you're in such a bad state of mind, you don't even want to do these good things because you're almost like, what's the point? You don't see how this is going to help. You don't see the point. You don't think it's going to work. You don't want to be disappointed when you're trying to say yourself these things and think like, well, I know this is not going to work anyways. That's where you have to force yourself. You have to force yourself to do the work. It's not like I did these things for like a week and then everything turned around. This took, I'd say, a good 2 months, like of really doing everything every day. And at first I didn't believe it. At first I would write things and be like, I'm just writing this because I have to, because I don't know why I'm writing it, but what else am I going to do? But eventually it did work. Things that I would write did start happening. And I'm not going to say that it was easy at first, that they came right away, but they did come eventually. But you have to stay consistent. So Affirmations, that's probably the best one I can give you, is replace those negative thoughts you have with something that empowers you. Our thoughts really do become things. So I know a lot of you are looking to have these habits. You guys want something big out of life. You guys want something that excites you. But a lot of times we don't know how to do that. I think a lot of you guys get confused and think just setting goals is going to get you there. It is, but goals are short term. Eventually goals end. What doesn't end is having a vision. So that's what I'm going to talk about in my next video. Why having a vision for your life matters more than personal goals. But thank you guys. I hope you start implementing these. I really mean it when I say that if I had started doing this before when things were going well, I wouldn't have suffered so much when things were not going well. Either way, I'm glad it happened. I learned a lot, but don't put yourself through difficult things if you don't have to. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you heard, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and comment below which of these habits are you going to start implementing.